everyone. Happy Sunday. It's Elle here, and I am a coach with the Be With Your Twin Flame program. I hope this finds you all well and you all had a very nice and relaxing and enjoyable long weekend. Here in the U.S., it is Thanksgiving weekend. We're closing it off today. And I'm on here today. We're going to be talking about something that comes up quite often that will help people because there's a lot of times people find themselves on this journey. They start looking for information out there on the internet, which is probably how you found yourself here today, and they don't even believe it's a real thing. Is this TF journey even real? Is the twin flame journey even real? And folks, we're going to talk about that today, because just by knowing that it most definitely is the way to get started on you feeling better. You're looking here, you're out there, you're searching for information for the most part, because this event happened to you, and you don't know what the heck to make of it, let alone how to maneuver it, let alone how to get your feet back on the ground to where you can even function sometimes. So we're going to talk about that today. But if you've been noticing, there is a post out there that Elle put out. There is a great sale on any of the coaching programs in this program. We are here to help you folks on your twin flame journey. When I found myself on my journey a few years back, it was only through what I learned through Elle and being able to learn how to identify, recognize, and balance my fear-based energy that I was ever able to find out how I could start feeling better, folks. So we have a wonderful sale going on. You're going to want to pay attention to the link I have included in the verbiage below, because that is how you're going to get to talking to one of our Clarity coaches to help you know what you can do to get yourself to a better place on this journey. So today, folks, we're talking about this because it is something that comes up, in a lot of times with my students. Sometimes they just get into the program and they still, even though they get into the program, they still don't really believe that this is a real thing and this is actually happening to them. Is the TF journey even real? It absolutely is. Everyone's journey, folks, is unique and individual. That is true. If that were the case, that everybody's were exactly the same, this would be almost like a science, but it is not. And it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. It is not something that you are going to be able to traverse through the mind. It's all through the soul. And no one knows and no one is prepared how to do that once they find themselves on this journey. We have students from all over the world. We have students from, we are based in the United States, but we have students from, just about every corner of the globe. And once they start getting into learning about this journey, they start to, we actually, as coaches, we start to see what's called hallmarks on this journey. Like I said, everyone's journey is unique and individual, but the commonalities and the hallmarks on this journey are absolutely unmistakable to those who recognize it, like the coaches here, like Elle herself. There are things that people go through that it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, what country you live in, what your cultural background is, what your religion was, or is even now. It doesn't matter. These are what's called the hallmarks on the twin flame journey. What happens a lot of times, and this is general, people, this is general, but what seems to happen in the most general way, even though the details are different, is you will come across a person that you meet, or meet up with a person you even knew before, And you'll start to spend a little bit of time together. It doesn't even matter what the details of that time is. It could be working, it could be presenting itself as a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be someone, you know, your child's soccer team member's parent. It could be anyone. It's just someone that you really resonate with, and you start spending a little time together. You know, sometimes you get to know this person, you just start spending time together, and it's just wonderful. Things just seem to be so wonderful, and like I said, the details are different for most people, but at some point there is going to be some point, and a lot of times it's when you start to spend more time together, get to know each other a little better. You know, at some point the energies are going to build up and build up and build up, and they're going to repel. And the other person starts to pull away. And what happens when this starting to pull away happens, that's when the energies repel. There's just like, you know, you were spending time together, having a wonderful time, getting to know each other, having so much fun even together, feeling so light, so full of life, so full of energy. And then all of a sudden, it feels like something happened and it crashed to the ground. Everything just crashed to the ground. And, you know, like I said, the details is not important, but this typically happens in some way, shape, or form. The intensity of it is quite intense, although for some people it may seem more intense than others. It's just the level of fear-based energy that's going on. It's that fear-based energy that causes this repelling of energies and causes you to feel like you are at your highest high. Oh my gosh, highest high. And then all of a sudden, you're at your lowest low. You know, those are hallmarks that happens on this journey. And, you know, one of the things that typically happens right after that is that you, the person who is coming on here and watching this video from Elle or from me, you know, you find you cannot get over it. You cannot get over, you cannot get past it, you cannot get around it. A lot of people feel physically ill. They cannot function. They even get to the point where they consider suicide or become suicidal. That's what the fear-based energy can do, folks. You feel like there is absolutely no way out, that you will be stuck in this forever. It's like the darkest night got pulled right over you and you can't find your way out. That is one of the biggest hallmarks on this journey that people start to feel. If you are even knowing what a twin flame journey is prior to you actually being on one, sometimes it'll cause you to even just like, oh no, this is not it. That was the case for me. I had heard about it before, and you know, when I met my teacher, I could not get over this, and I didn't know why. I'm a fairly independent woman. I just do everything on my own. That's how I've been ever since I was a young child. And yet I could not find my way out of this. It just was the darkest place I had ever been in my life. If I ever felt doom 24/7, 365, it was on this journey when the energies repelled. So what people are finding is that when they're even going, God, is this even real? You know, folks, in order to get to a place to where you're going to feel better, you can't be in denial about it. Maybe you don't understand it and it's okay. Maybe it doesn't seem real to you and it's okay. But if you're on it and you are identifying with any of the messages, videos, or even what I'm listing here, you know, it is very likely, folks, you are on this journey, and it is very real. Everything you think you know on how to cope, it's not going to work here. It's not. As I said, once you find yourself on this journey, no one is prepared. You have to learn how to get out of it. Not get out of it in the sense of get over it, get under it, get around it. It's none of that. It's about learning how to balance your fear-based energy. This journey happened upon you for no other reason than your soul telling you you're ready. And it's time to start looking inward so you can start learning how to love yourself and to get yourself to a better place. This journey, folks, is very, very real. And even though there's a lot of information out there, which I'm going to throw at you all the time, I say this all the time, whatever you see out there, if it's not from Elle, it's a bunch of BS. It's not going to help you. There are a lot of twin flame gurus out there that kind of even sometimes talk the talk. It sounds familiar as what you see on here. Let me tell you, folks, if it isn't from Elle, it's not going to get you balancing your fear-based energy and getting you to a place where you're going to feel better and really understand what this journey is about. This is very real. It is as real as it comes. Myself, it's going to be going on, I would say 40 years that I was first exposed to this journey, and I didn't even know it. And I watched it, and I watched someone very close to me go through this to where it ended, 10 years ago. This has been going on throughout the ages, folks. Throughout the ages. It is very real. It happens to people all over the world, and basically it is all about you finding yourself here and knowing that you're on this journey for a reason. Your soul led you here. It's, I know someone very close to me who was on this journey for a very, very long time. And this started over 40 years ago. He didn't have the capability of even knowing what WTF was happening to him. He didn't know. So, of course, he didn't know how to balance his energy. He didn't know this was even a thing. But I look back now, and I know I'm a coach on this program. All the coaches on this program can recognize it, and therefore it can help you. So if you're wondering how to go about, getting to a better place, you're going to want to click on that link below. This is very, very real, folks. And unless you learn how to balance your fear-based energy, it will always feel this way, to where you are in the absolute pits, to varying degrees, depending on how high your fear-based energy is cycling at the time to how low it's cycling at the time. If you are ready to get out of that, if you're ready to just stop putting yourself as a sacrifice, putting your own, peace of mind as a sacrifice, you're going to want to click on that link below. It is very real, folks. If you're here and you're watching this, yes, the twin flame journey is real. I coach my students every day. I live this journey every day. Now, is it going to be this way for you forever, where you're just hurting, spiraling downward, hitting the ground? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. This journey can either be something that brings you to your knees, absolutely to your knees for the rest of your life sometimes. Like I watched that person very close to me because he didn't know. He didn't know at the time. It can either be that, or it can be the single most important and life-changing thing that ever happens to you. We're here to help. We're here to get you there. And we can. We see it every single day. Okay? So yes, it is very, very real, folks. Go ahead and click on that link below and get started. God bless. We'll talk again soon. Bye, everyone.